So Xbox fans, you've been waiting for me to dive into my Xbox games. It's going to be the original Xbox today. I would have liked to have done the 360 right after the PS3, and I would like to have done the Xbox One as well, but I'm still gathering a few pieces for both of those videos. We have everything for the original Xbox, so without further ado, let's dive into it. Welcome back to another video. Thanks for checking out my videos on adding my game collection to the game shelf. We've already unboxed the Nintendo Switch, PS4 along with the PS5 games, as there's only a few, and the PS3 games onto the game shelf. Make sure you check out those videos if you're interested. Today we unbox my original Xbox console as well as about 40 different games. I really wanted to do the Xbox 360 today, but unfortunately there was a box missing. There's about 40 games unaccounted for in my collection. I track using GameEye, so I know at one point I had 120 games and I have only just over 70 here with me. So I gotta find out where those are, and then we will do that video. But without further ado, we're gonna get into our original Xbox. It's the oldest of the games that we're unboxing. We're starting to get a lot closer to real retro territory. Our first Xbox game of the collection is the Sonic Mega Collection Plus for the Xbox. I got this at a very good price, $4.99 Canadian. It's just unbelievable, the price that some of the Xbox games were. I don't know if they've gone up since I collected for Xbox, which is about 5 or 6 years ago. I started buying a few games. They probably have gone up quite a bit, but regardless, I got a few at a really good price, and this was one of them. Can't go wrong having a Sonic Mega Collection for any one of your consoles. It's the first tall case being added to the shelf. It probably won't stay next to PS3. That doesn't really make much sense. We'll probably have PS2 next to PS3, but for now, it's okay just like that. Another thing, I had a couple people mention in some of the other videos, do I organize alphabetically, or why are the games not going on alphabetically to begin with? That is because I want to keep this as authentic as possible. I'm pulling them out of the box as I see them, and so it's sort of more randomized. So it's hard for me to guess what's next, it's hard for you to guess what's next. At the very end, I organize alphabetically, as always, with every console. I really can't find myself going back any other way. But in my previous videos, I've mentioned a couple tips and tricks which you could do if you wanted to organize in slightly different ways. And you saw this here at the top of the box. We have Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. This thing is just awesome. While not in the best shape on the outside, the contents on the inside are in quite nice shape. Our first game here is Grand Theft Auto 3, and each of these games come with a manual and a map. I've not used the maps yet, but I don't know if I will. They're in really great shape, so I might, and I don't really have the room for them on the wall, but I might use them one day. We'll see. So Vice City, and of course, San Andreas. Classics. My favorite out of the three is definitely San Andreas. And then I'd have to go with Vice City. It's really great having a collector's item like the Grand Theft Auto trilogy on the original Xbox. I don't have many collector's pieces for this console, so I'm really glad to have such a great game, or games, with nice collector's items included. Next up is Disney Pixar Cars. This game was fantastic as a kid. I loved driving around the open world, especially because I loved the movie so much growing up. You could do so much in this game. You can customize Lightning McQueen's colors, change even the designs on the side, talk to Mater, talk to all the characters. Really fun game. I really recommend this. I don't think it's expensive. It's on a lot of different consoles, the PS2, the GameCube, Xbox, and even the Wii, I think, got this one. I think I got this for really cheap. Really great game. Highly recommend. Our next game here is Brute Force with a Blockbuster case and even a Blockbuster price still on it. This is one of the few games, I believe I got about 10 or so games from my construction woodshop teacher in high school for like really cheap. I think it was like 20 bucks. He gave me like 10 games. And I think this is one of them. Some of them I don't even know if they work. I haven't even tested all of them. But yeah, some of them are in pretty bad shape, to be honest. Anyway, I haven't played this one. It looks interesting. If you've played it, let me know if it's worth me checking out, even just for a little while. It looks pretty cool. Next up is First to Fight. I believe another game I got off my woodshop teacher in the bundle. I haven't played this one either. I don't know if it's any good or not, so again, let me know. Looks like a good, though, FPS game. Play single player, 4-man co-op, or go head-to-head in the Fire Team Arena. You know what? I might try this game. Sounds pretty fun, actually. Next time my brother's over, maybe we'll hook up the Xbox and play this. Now we have Blood Omen 2 in a Blockbuster case. Still has a Blockbuster sticker. Still on the side there. It's in a Blockbuster case, so sometimes they would put the manual, if they had it, on the back. So there you can kind of see that the manual is included. It's just, it doesn't fit inside. Oh, okay. Nice surprise. We have a, oh, there goes the manual falling at the bottom. We have a COD Modern Warfare for Xbox 360 for some reason in here. I don't know where that came from, why it's in here, but now I feel like I should be checking my other cases as well. We have Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge. IGN said in 2003 that this was the best Xbox Live game. I don't remember that. I didn't have an Xbox as a kid, but if you were playing Xbox in 2003, is that sort of a far-fetched claim, or is that accurate? Dashing Hero, Dangerous Dames, and Deadly Dogfights. Wow, look at that. You can play 1 to 4 players. Online, you could play up to 16. It's pretty crazy to think 2003, there was online dogfighting games. We run into a little bit of an issue here having the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. It means that there's not enough room exactly for a certain amount of cases. I may end up taking the trilogy off of the game shelf, but for now, we will move on to the bottom. Next up, we have Dead or Alive 1 Ultimate. I'm not really sure why the box art is like this. There's nothing on the back. It makes me think that maybe it was part of a collector's edition or something like that. Apparently it was $10. I think as well this was part of the pile of games that I ended up getting. Another game that I have not played, but you never know. Maybe I'll get around to trying this out sometime. We have EA Sports FIFA Soccer 2005. Paid $32 for this at some point. Well, it wasn't me, because I never had an Xbox in 2005. I think this might have been in the bundle as well, or if not, I must have paid next to nothing for this. But anyway, regardless, look at those graphics right there. Creating a player in 2005. Oh yeah. I gotta try that out sometime. You may be catching on to a theme that I haven't played a lot of my Xbox games. Again, it wasn't a console that I grew up with, so a lot of these were coming at me when I already have a huge backlog of games to try. I have played some of them, of course. And this game being one of them. This is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, the game of the year, now for Xbox and Xbox Live. I actually, though, didn't play the Xbox version. I played the PS2 version. This was also a Blockbuster game, so it does have a Blockbuster case, but for some reason, it has the manual in the case. Always good to have a Ghost Recon. Next up is Sega GT 2002. Not for resale. So this is one that would have came with a console. Limited edition package. That's pretty nice. Oh yeah, and this is the one that comes with JSRF, Jet Set Radio Future. I don't know what that game's about, but I remember this now. It's a double pack game that came with the Xbox. Double disc. And you get 2 separate manuals. Let's have a look. The Sega GT manual. A little bit of an ad there, coming November 2002. And that's right, last video I remember being surprised about the color manual, because this is what I remember, black and white manuals. Just a quick look at this one. Same game being advertised there. Pretty neat. NFL Fever 2003. Only on Xbox. Xbox exclusive right here. You love to see it. It's game time. I have not played this. I've actually never played a football game. Maybe I'll have to try this one out. NFL Fever. There we go. Another Ghost Recon title here, Island Thunder. We got some more squad-based jungle warfare on the Xbox. Also have to try this one out. It's 2-player as well, so again, another game that my brother and I will probably try out next time he is here. And now, an absolute classic, Need for Speed Underground, one of my best games that I have for the Xbox. just an iconic game. Amazing racing, amazing customization, amazing music. Started off that crazy run of amazing Need for Speed games. Need for Speed Underground 1, Need for Speed Underground 2, Most Wanted, Carbon. This one often gets overshadowed by Underground 2, but I really think this is worth playing if you haven't played it already. If you can't tell already, I have quite a few racing games for my systems. I definitely was a big racing fan back in the day. And of course, can't have the first one without having the second one here. Need for Speed Underground 2. One of my favorite games of all time for console. Played this so much. This was the game that made me fall in love with racing games. This copy of Underground 1 and 2, my sister actually got for me, and they're in beautiful shape. I think a friend of hers gave her a pile of Xbox games because he no longer was playing his Xbox, and she gave me Underground 1 and Underground 2 because she knew how much I loved them. We also have another great racing game here, the one that started the Forza series, I believe. I think this is the first one. Forza Motorsport, only on Xbox, of course, still is. And we have a different style of racing game than the Need for Speed games. I personally prefer the street racing, but you can't argue that this is also a fantastic series. Are you more of a Forza racer or more of a Need for Speed racer? Or another game entirely? Let me know down below. I also like Midnight Club a lot. All right, next up we have MTX Motor Tracks, a game that I probably picked up because I loved ATV Off-Road Fury on the PS2 so much. So I always was looking out for more games like that. The ultimate motocross experience. Make your way to the X Games and push your bike to the limit. This looks super fun as well. I might have to try this as well. Sticking with sort of the racing theme, but going in a little bit of a different direction, we have Burnout 3 Takedown. I didn't try this series until I had a game for the PS3, but Burnout is a lot of fun. It's different. It's all about crashing and destroying things instead of, like there it says at the top, don't fight traffic, destroy it. Whereas most racing games like Need for Speed, you're trying to avoid it. So a super fun game. Really happy to have this in my collection. Changing course here a little bit, we have Fantastic Four, a good superhero game. I loved this movie as a kid, a lot of fun. I don't keep up with Marvel too much these days, but as a kid, there was a few movies that I really liked, and this was one of them. So glad to have this in the collection as well. And it's got 2-player co-op. I feel like we have run into so many multiplayer Xbox games, which is really great. I like having multiplayer games for my older systems, because it gives me a reason to pull it out when people come over, and we can try some games that either we've never tried before or that we haven't played in like 10, 20 years. So that's really fun. We have Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. It says there, the official game. Join the quest to destroy the One Ring. Again, we still haven't run into my favorite Lord of the Rings, as I mentioned. I can't remember which video it was. I think it was the PS3 video. But we'll get there. We'll get there. This is a good one to have in the collection, though. Max Payne, a classic. Max Payne is a man with nothing to lose in the violent, cold, urban night. A fugitive undercover cop framed for murder. And now, hunted by the cops and the mob. Max is a man with his back against the wall, fighting a battle he cannot hope to win. Prepare for a new breed of deep action game. Prepare for pain. And that's Max Payne. Looks pretty awesome and epic. Next up is a game in a super legit case here. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition for the Xbox. Had to write that there to make sure people know. I actually didn't make this. This was one that I got, I think from a bundle on Facebook Marketplace. Even wrote it on the side. Like, the dedication to making this be legit was pretty awesome. I would have loved to see some drawings in the back, but regardless, having a Midnight Club for the Xbox, you gotta have it, especially as a racing fan. You can't go wrong, even if it has a case like this. This may or may not stay on the game shelf, but for now, we'll include it. Again, we got a couple others here with no cover. I probably should print some out. It's another Sega GT with JSRF. This won't be going on the game shelf. It's a duplicate, and obviously it looks like crap. Let's fly through this one here. Another one with no cover on the case. It's nothing special. It's Madden 2003. I won't be putting this one on the game shelf either. Next up is Medal of Honor European Assault. You're probably seeing a theme here with the Xbox. There's a lot of shooters, a lot of racers. Again, another game that I haven't played either. Again, I was more of a Ghost Recon fan, and also I was playing on the PS2 during this era. But it is a 4-player game, so that's pretty neat. I'll have to try this sometime. Do any other collectors have that problem of just having too many games to play? I know a lot of collectors have the problem of not being able to play every game, but I feel like I'm a little bit worse than most. I envy the people who can play most of their collection, and I really want to get there at some point and say that, oh yeah, I played that game's great, or that game's not so great. We have NHL 06. Maybe not this game. Maybe this is not a game that I need to really try. There's so many NHLs, I'd probably play 09 before I would play 06. Or I'd go play a newer one. We have another Tom Clancy here, but this time it's Rainbow Six 3, Squad-Based Counterterrorism. I was more into the Ghost Recon. I only played, I think it was one Rainbow Six. This one's 16 player though. That's pretty neat. Complete and in really nice shape. So that's good. Love to have this. Next up is Secret Weapons Over Normandy, another plain dogfighting game. Another one that I have yet to try. But again, let me know what the best Xbox games are that I have, or even ones that I don't have, because I'm always looking to try new games. And if you can help me weed out the bad ones and play some of the better ones, I would really love that. And you can't have a console from this era without having Shrek 2. This game is actually surprisingly really fun. And Shrek, of course, is an awesome series, awesome movies. Love, love, love Shrek. I had a friend in university who had a giant Shrek flag in their living room, and it was just really cool. We had a party there, took a picture in front of it. It was a lot of fun, good memories. This game is also 4-player. Yeah, highly recommend this game. Like, maybe it goes unnoticed, but Shrek 2, it hits. It's really good. Another throwback to my childhood here, Fairly Odd Parents, Breaking the Rules. I used to love this show. Used to be one of my favorites. I'd watch Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob back to back all the time after school. So just having this game, just to look at the case and the manual, that's bonus. And it's in nice shape. It's just really nice for my inner child. Next up is The Godfather, the game. A little too many thes in there, but I heard this is a really good game. You're gonna hate me for this, but I've never played this game, and I've never seen the movie. So yes, I have a lot of catching up to do. But this is in great shape, and it even has a map included with the manual here, so that's an extra bonus. This is gonna go on the shelf, and hopefully one day I watch the movie, and hopefully one day I play this game. Next is The Terminator Dawn of Fate. Now this is a movie I have seen. I loved the Terminator series as a kid. I watched the first 3 all the time with my dad, and it was one of his favorites, and it became one of my favorites as well, along with Jurassic Park. But I haven't played this game, but it's in really, really nice shape. The case looks really great. It's like nice and shiny. It's complete as well. The green makes the green really stands out with the blue and black there, which looks great. I will definitely try this one out once I have my Xbox turned on and hooked up. We go way back here with WrestleMania 21, Become a Legend. We got some of the greats here on the back. The Undertaker, Mankind, Randy Orton's smug face there, John Cena with his bling. Great wrestling game to have in the collection, of course, if you're a wrestling fan. The Atari Anthology. Never had an Atari growing up. I do now, so I will show that at some point in a future video. But this game, what drew me to it the most actually, was the $1.99 price point. When I was adding games to my collection, I thought, well, I should have the Atari Anthology for $2. That sounds like a really great idea. It's multiplayer, 1 to 4 players. It's got lots of classic games on it. I couldn't say no to that. For a toonie, nah, I had to get that. And with that said, WrestleMania 21 was also only $3.99, so I definitely think that was worth it. We have a really mint copy of Brother in Arms, Road to Hill 30. Again, going with the theme of lots of FPS games and lots of mature titles for the Xbox. They would sacrifice everything except each other. Another 1 to 4 player multiplayer game as well. Online multiplayer, that is. Really mint, and I love when games do this. They do a themed manual here. Soldier's Handbook. Oh, and it includes a map too. We got this really cool map here as well with this game. Brother in Arms, Road to Hill 30. Map, a little bit of things that can happen, or events that happen, sorry. That's really cool. The other side here is like a propaganda poster. Oh, this is so cool. I've never seen this before. You can flank that enemy with steps. Find him, fix him with fire, flank him, finish him. That is super neat. Next up is another great game here, Destroy All Humans 2. Man, this game was super fun. I got it for $9.99. I had a lot of fun playing this with my cousin when we were younger, on the PS2 again, but I had to pick it up because I don't think I have it for the PS2 anymore. So I had to get it for the Xbox. It was a lot cheaper as well. Great co-op game. Of course, they brought it back on modern consoles, but it's great to have the original as well. We have an even older soccer game as well for the Xbox. This is the 2002 FIFA World Cup game. Can't wait for the World Cup in 2026 to be in Canada, United States, and Mexico. Really excited for that. It's got 2 manuals here. I'm guessing one is in French. Yeah, so the second one was in French, and the first one is in English. There we go. Next up, a game that we can't talk about here. It's Fight Club. Obviously, another game based off a movie. We have a few of those for the Xbox here. Again, you're gonna get mad at me here. I haven't seen this movie, and I haven't played this game. I know I have to. What should I watch, Fight Club or Godfather first? Let me know. Next up is another copy of Brute Force. I don't know why my construction teacher had literally 2 copies of this game. This one has a manual. I don't know if the other one did or not, I can't remember. There we go, another Brute Force. And our last game for the Xbox here, Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I love this game. This game is fantastic. It gets a little bit of a bad rap now. People going back to play it don't really like it. But as a kid playing this, a kid who was obsessed with the Dragon Ball universe, being able to go around these worlds was a lot of fun. It was different from Budokai, which I also enjoyed, but I just really liked, it felt like I had a lot of freedom in this game. You could play as different characters through the story, and let's have a look. Face brutal enemies including Raditz, Nappa, Captain Ginyu, Frieza, and Cell. Unlock bonus areas, characters, and other hidden surprises. Battle in 1 or 2 player co-op mode. And of course, playing as your favorite DBZ heroes. I really liked this game. I rented it as a kid, and then I ended up wanting to buy it, and it was too expensive for the GameCube, which I originally had it on. So I got it for the original Xbox. Look at that. $4.99. Can't beat that. I think it's probably a lot higher now, or at least a little bit higher now. But there it is, Dragon Ball Z Sagas, our last game for the Xbox. We're gonna put it on the shelf, and then we're gonna reorganize into alphabetical order. I almost forgot that Brute Force was a double, so we're gonna take that out of here. So we have 40 Xbox games, only 37 of them hitting the shelf due to being duplicates, and that one Madden game just not having a cover. Now let's organize the games in alphabetical order. This is a bit of a tricky one because on the side of the case, it says Disney Pixar Cars. And here it says Disney Pixar Cars as well. However, I don't think of it as Disney Cars or Pixar Cars. I think of it as Cars. So I'm gonna stick this under C. Let me know what you think and where you would put it. If you put it under C, D, or P. I'm gonna do the opposite of what I did in a previous video. Because I have multiple Tom Clancy's here, I would like the Rainbow Six to be with the Ghost Recon. I'm gonna stick these all under T for Tom Clancy. Whereas in the previous video, I think it was PS3, I stuck Ghost Recon in G because it was the only Tom Clancy game I have, and I always think of it as Ghost Recon and not Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. I don't know why. I might change my mind on that, and that might bother some people, but we're gonna stick with that for now. All right, there we have our games in alphabetical order for the Xbox. With The Godfather, yeah, I even just said it with the in front of it. I'm getting a sense I want to put it at T. The other ones, the thes are not really obvious. Where The Godfather, it's very obvious. It's the, like Lord of the Rings, you can't really see the Terminator, you can't see the, and it doesn't make as much sense to me. I think I'm going to move The Godfather down to TH. I don't know if that makes sense to you or if it even makes sense to me, but that's what we're gonna roll with for now. It always could change in the future. You might be thinking, isn't there a game right around here that is missing from your Xbox collection? You have 40 games, Argentavis, for Xbox, and you don't have that one, or two, should I say? I know, it's really sad. I don't have Halo or Halo 2 for the Xbox. I have all the Halos for Xbox 360, but I don't have the original for the original Xbox. Those are both games that I need to add to my collection very soon. Next time I go hunting, I'll be looking for Halo 1 and 2. Perhaps one of the most beautiful and valuable parts of my collection is my Halo 2 limited edition blue original Xbox console. I got this for such a steal back in like 2012 or 2013. My local video game store was selling this for $40. For those of you who don't know, this is worth $1,100 Canadian. I bought the console used and it had this controller here, but this is not exactly the correct controller. This is a very nice controller and I am very happy to have this. So it's a pretty comfortable controller. They did quite well, Xbox, in the first run. Unlike Nintendo, who, when they went to NES to N64, it just, yeah, very awkward. But although I still like the N64, this one I definitely think is better. So this blue console is unique for its white logo on the top, or silver logo on the top. There is another variant that is from Asia, which has the black logo on it, much like the controller. But this clear version is what makes this one so valuable. I also ended up getting another controller that is blue, the same as the one I have here. It's got the same code on the back. I can see through the bag. I haven't opened it, but I will, especially when my brother comes over. The only difference is here, if any of you Xbox fans know anything about this, is that the bottom of the controller, this one's semi-transparent, where this one's just entirely black here. Anybody know why there might be a difference? Like, is this one the legit one? Or is this one the legit one? I don't really know. And if anybody can confirm with me that this is not like a reshell, I believe it's real. Let's have a look at the back. So everything here to me points this towards being a legit, real console, not a reshell. I'm just shocked because I got it so cheap. I think at the time it was still worth over $100, maybe even $200. But the fact that it's jumped up is incredible. I mean, it looks legit to me. The only other thing I can think of is that the controller is not exactly right. It originally came with the controller with the same logo on top as this one. So all things considered, this is one of my greatest pickups I've ever had. I have some other amazing ones as well, but nothing beats $40 turning into $1,100 in value. Now, I don't know if I will sell it, but if I do sell it one day, then at least that's good to know. I'm very grateful to have this console. I love having collector's editions of consoles, which you will see for the 360 and the Xbox One. If you saw the Switch video, we have a collector's edition Switch as well. And there's a couple other collector's editions things to show you for other consoles as well. But just enjoy the beauty of this Halo 2 Xbox. This is just another blow of not having Halo 2 in my collection. I have the console for it. I have 40 Xbox games, but I don't have Halo 1 or 2. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to go out and get that. So I'm just taking this one out of the bag for the first time, the one I got from, it was Value Village for $5.99, which is a steal, by the way. But this is, I'm noticing, the transparent part only goes to here. And these parts come off, which I'm fairly unfamiliar with Xbox, so I didn't know that. But the rest of it is a black cord. I don't know if you can see that. The rest of it's a black cord, but this part is transparent. So it makes me wonder if this is part of a different controller, or if this part here is third party. I'm not entirely sure. It almost looks like transparent green, which would be the other Halo version of the Xbox. So I don't know. If anybody has any bit of information on this little part, that would be super helpful. Don't know a whole lot, so that'd be great. Leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching this video on my Xbox collection. More videos soon to come. I'm still looking for those Xbox 360 games, and as well as the collector's items I need for the Xbox One. Make sure to stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe so I know that you're enjoying these videos, and so you don't miss the next one. Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Wii, and Wii U also coming soon, and of course, one of my favorites, the PlayStation 2 as well. You don't want to miss them, so we'll see you guys sometime in the next video.